Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to Omar on Variety. Today we're going to see how can we create a survey or a quiz using Google Forms. First thing, you go to Google and search for Google Forms. Okay, then pick the first one here, and you are going to personal or business. Personal one, go to Google Forms. It's free, of course, and um, as you can see here. I just switched it to another account to get more options. You can see here I have plenty of quizzes that I create every day. So we're going to start with a blank one. So hit blank here, and that's what you're going to see as a default. So you can see here you have untitled, which we're going to assign one. We're going to talk about all these options here. We're going to see how can you get the responses and how can you create questions. So first one, let's give a name to your form. So let's say I'm going to call it mathematics. Let's say quiz number 5. For example, quiz number 5. And once you hit enter, it's going to pop up here. So that is the name now of your quiz, and it will be saved by default to your Google Drive. Now, before we go ahead and add questions and see what can we do and add pictures and the answers and how can it be graded, let's check out all these options here. So the first one here is about theme options, where you can pick, let's say I'm doing mathematics, so I may choose an image. There are some here that are provided. You can upload one, you can look for photos. I will upload one here. I'm going to do some kind of statistics, so let's check my pictures. I can get this one here, and it actually there's a window here we can change. It doesn't give you a big space, but that's enough for just a logo for your quiz. So I will pick this one, press done, and you're going to see it appearing here. Then the theme color, where you can pick what colors. So I'm a blue guy, I like blue colors. I will pick one of the blues here. Okay, and I have to move myself away, then I press add. Okay, and then the background, it's not a big deal, just the background, you can change it. And font style, it doesn't provide you with plenty of fonts, so you have only 4 types. The basic one, you can see here, this is the basic font. You can change it to decorative, which I wouldn't do with a quiz. Formal, which I like, or playful. So I will do maybe formal. Then I put myself back here, and let's check a preview here. We're going to go later for it. This when you are trying the quiz. I'm not using it now. And here are the settings. This is one of the most important tabs. Now, if you are planning to make a quiz, go directly to quizzes and choose to make your forum as a quiz. Otherwise, you will not be able to put answers or points. Because if you are doing a survey, you are asking people for their opinion, so there is nothing wrong or right. But as a quiz, there is something correct and something incorrect. Here's a nice option, logged mode on Chromebook. This, like my institution, may offer some kind of management to Chromebooks for students or learners. So if you pick to turn this on, simply you are restricting the people that are taking the quiz to stay on that tab so they can switch and go search for answers online or waste their time. But you have to have these options that it has to be managed Chromebook. So for me, I don't use it, so I'm going to unclick it. Now for releasing grades immediately after each submission or later, I would say immediately, because normally people like when they submit to know their answer, and you are going to see here when they submit, what can they see? Missed questions, correct answers, or point values. Missed questions, that's important so they know what did they miss. Correct answers, now this is up to you. If you like to give them immediate feedback and you're only letting them to do the quiz once, I would say check it. But if you are like me, most of the time I let them take it more than once, I will uncheck it. Because some people may try first time, then they get the correct answers, and then in the second try they're going to plug in the correct answers to score higher grades. And our main concern or our main care is that people need to learn and understand, not to score just high. So I will uncheck it for now. Point values, yes, they need to know the weight of their points. Okay, that was for quizzes. Let's see general settings. It will ask you here, do you like to collect email addresses? In surveys, you may not worry about getting who did the survey, maybe. But in quizzes, I will check it. Yes, I need it. Collect email address. You may pick response receipt. Um, just kind of an email they are going to get, oh, we have received your response. You can say always to make them feel comfortable that their submission is complete. Now require sign in. So here I may restrict it to my institution, which is called NISL, or I may leave it open if you are assigning it to people outside your organization. It's up to you. Limit one response. Again, it's a personal preference. If it's a test and it's time limited, I would say yes, one response only. If it's a survey, I think you have to do one response in order to have correct data. Uh, for me, in some quizzes, I will leave it unchecked so they can take it more than once. And then they can, here is another option, they can edit after submit or see summary chart. I wouldn't let them edit after submit. That's again my personal preference. Uh, then last one is presentation. Show progress bar, especially if you have sections. It will show them how many sections are done, uh, what is remaining. This can be important. Now shuffling the question order. If you are building up your quiz in orders that you start with easy questions, then you go harder and harder. I wouldn't shuffle it to keep it in order. But if you are just a test and you are mixing questions, let's say you are doing geometry, algebra, measurement data, uh, putting some kind of general knowledge questions, I would shuffle it. And you may pick also to show them link to submit another response, but I wouldn't do that. I would uncheck it and I wouldn't shuffle it. Confirmation message, you can add here anything like, let's say thank you, uh, or anything, have a good day. Yeah, it will not make difference in the quiz itself. Good day, not I, a good day. And then you can press save. Now you can see here that the email thing popped up because we choose to have email confirmation. This when the people get the quiz, they have to enter their email, otherwise they can submit it. So you can put grades for your students. Now let's see how can we build up questions, or how can we add questions here. So you have, here's that bar. That's the main thing we're going to talk about. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. And first one, if you go with your mouse, it would say add a question. So this is to add a new question. Here, import questions. That's very important. Like me, if you have these plenty of quizzes, you don't need to create it from scratch every time. you can import the questions from another one. I will show you that when it comes to editing my quiz. Or you know what? Let's do it now. If I'm going to import the questions, I can press that. It's going to show me all the previous quizzes. So let's say I'm going to use one from Wednesday. This one, select. I'll move away again. It will show me all the questions that were on that quiz. So I may pick, okay, I like this number, let's say, and okay, this question as well. Okay, and I will get this one. And press import is going to bring in here the questions that you have picked. This will save you a lot of time. If you don't like to import, you can just ignore it. Then we have here add title and description. I don't use it often, but if you're going to add some titles in the middle of your, maybe you put a note, maybe you put a reminder, it's good to have, but personally I don't use it. Here, if you're going to add a picture, insert an image. So let's say I'm going to insert this one. Okay, let's see where it's going to insert it. Okay, that's again for the title, image title. Maybe you put have a good day, smiley face, a reminder for anything. Again, I may not use it. Here you have add a video, same thing. So you can add, let's say, MAD from, let's see what video here. You can add this video. So again, it's like a title. It's not a question or anything, just a video here. You can add it here and then add a section. Yeah, I like this one. We're going to use it. If you're doing like, let's say, algebra, geometry, or reading and writing sections, you can add a section so it can be well organized for your kids. Now let's see how can I add a question or create a question. So I will press add a question. Okay, it goes down. So you need to be, if it goes down, you can simply grab it up to where you like it to be. So I go all the way here. So that's my first question. Let's say I'm saying evaluate 10 multiplied by 35. Okay, here's the options here. You can have short answer where I can let the kids write it. From here you can assign how many points required. Yes, this question, like here, sorry, you need to click that if that question is a must. You have to make it required, otherwise uncheck it. You are going to see this is the delete that I usually see, I usually use. This is to duplicate it. Now when you are typing questions, you may need to duplicate it and then edit it. It can save you a lot of time. Now here is the type of the response. So I'm doing math, I may pick numbers. Let's see what other options do we have. You may have text, length, or expression. You may have equal to, not equal to, between. These depend on answers you are providing. Maybe if you're a math teacher, you can understand that more. If you're doing electronics or engineering classes, you can understand that more, the format of your answer, or the answer you're expecting the responders to enter. And if you press answer key, this is where you put your answer. So I would say add a correct answer. I'm expecting people say, of course, 350. Now make all other answers incorrect. Yes. In math, yes, because if they say any other number, it's wrong. If it's like a writing essay, or you are English teacher or social studies, or you are doing electronics, control systems, networking, you may have different answers, so I wouldn't check it. For me in math, I will check it. Add answer feedback. You can here explain for the kids How? Because you may explain, okay, because 35 multiplied by 10 has to be, and then you keep giving them feedback. So when they submit it, they see the answer and press save. Now, if you press done, you go back to editing the question so that if you're picking short answer, you can pick a paragraph. This will help you more in if you're doing language art or social studies. And again, they are going to have, here's the answer. You can pick how many points, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever points you like for your question. Be sure you put a point because the default will be a 0. Done. You can have multiple choice. So I can give them examples. Let's say 10, 35. The other option will be 350. Let's say third option will be 3.5. Or you can have a checkbox where they can pick more than one answer, or they can have a drop-down menu where it's going to be a drop. So you're going to see when we run the quiz, how does it look like. What else do we have? You can upload a file, you can have linear scale, checkbox grid. I wouldn't care about that now. If you add time, date, for example, you're expecting it to be a date. So let's see what else can we do here. How can you pick the correct answer? So I'll put it back to multiple choice here. 35, 350, 0.35. Now, if you put answer key, you can pick which one is correct. So you can mark this one. If you can mark two, you can mark all of them. So of course, 350 is the only correct answer. Press done, and it's ready. Now let's do one more question. Which is bigger, this number? So let's say I want to attach an image. So I'm going to change that question. What is the area of this circle? And you can press here where you can attach an image for your question. You get options: upload, camera, or a link, or from Google Photos, Google Drive, Google Image Search. I will upload one from my computer. I browse. I have a circle here. I'm going to open it, and it's going to land here. You have options to resize it. I would minimize it like that, and then I will put my choices here. So this circle is 12. So I will do that. It will be 3.14 multiplied by 144. This will be 452.16. So 452.16. I may have another options, 450. I may do 12, whatever. You need to press answer key, assign points. Let's say 1, 2. I will like 3 points for this question. This is the correct answer. Done. Back again to a question. Be sure that is pressed required, and it's done now. Now let's see, or let me change that to pull down so we can see both options. Drop down menu. Okay, we are ready to go. So let's see if I press preview, what's going to happen. This now it's like you are the student or the learner, you're taking that quiz, mathematics quiz. Let's enter my email. I'm going to enter mahran.omar, that's my personal email, and evaluate 10 times 35. Okay, so I have options here. I pick 350. Here I'm going to use my calculator to find it. Okay, let's say I picked 450, which is a wrong answer, and then this is just a video to watch. Hello, mean absolute deviation. You can work it. As I said, you can insert like a lesson in the middle to learn from, then press next to go to the next section. We have this one was incomplete, that's why you see it incomplete. Put this number in ascending order. I pick this one. Did you enjoy today's lesson? For me, I put both answers correct. So it's like a feedback from the student. If he says no, he should not lose a point. Let's say he didn't enjoy it. So while you are checking the responses, you can see if, let's say, Omar said he doesn't enjoy the lesson. You can contact him and say, well, what was wrong? What do you like to see? And then submit. When you press submit, you're going to get this message. Thank you. Have a good day. That was the message that we put in the settings. And you have the option to view the score. When you view the score, okay, I got 3 out of 7. Why is that? Now remember that you were able to see the responses. So I got this one correct, I got this one wrong. I don't see the correct answer here because the teacher or you didn't allow them to see the correct answers. So if I'm allowed to retake it again, I'm going to think again and try to pick another choice. Here's the video. Okay, that one was missing. It was counted wrong. That's why you need to be careful not to put incomplete questions. Now I got this one right. As you see here, even no is a point because it's a feedback. And you are done. Okay, if you go back here to your, now you are the maker for that. You make it. So let's open responses. You're going to see here different options. Let me erase the old marks. Okay. So you're going to see here different a lot of stuff here actually, which needs another video to explain everything. But mainly you see the summary here, question by one, and individual each responder. And here's one of the very important buttons. If you are making it time limited, like let's say it's due Wednesday and Wednesday is over, so you can open your forum and click that at Wednesday night. No more responses. Plus, that is important. But if you are letting your learners or your people to do it all the week, you can leave it open. Now, as a summary, you are going to see here in average. If you have more people, of course, you're going to get better data. 3 out of 7 were correct. The median, the range, you're going to see some bar graphs here. Frequently missed the questions. If you have more than one student, it's going to be clear what is the area of the circle. So a lot of them missed it. So you may know now that concept you need to go and reteach it. You can see the scores here for that student. He got 3 out of 7. If you have another student, you're going to see the score and so on. And then for each question, what happened? Just simple analysis. Now this is by summary. If you go to question by question, it's going to show you each one. So for 10 times 35, you got one response. If you click it, you're going to see who answered it correct. You can add feedback, write a note here. You can go to the next question. Let's say, what is the area of the circle? You're going to see the same thing. Let's say, put this in ascending order. Now, here is the thing. What if that question was extra credit? Now, you remember, Omar got 3 out of 7. And let's say that was a bonus. You can go here and add bonus points. So instead of 1 point, you're making it 3. Press save. And you're going to see, if you go back here, that his grade has changed to 5 out of 7. He got the bonus. That is very important. Again, if you like to make extra credit questions, you need to edit it manually, one by one. You go back, this question here is a bonus. So instead of 1 point, you are making it 3. You press save and you get the. If you forgot to do it, people are not going to get the bonus points. Because in bonus questions, I put 0 points as default. Because if you miss the bonus extra credit, you should not lose any points. I will show you how. Let's say I'm going to make this question here extra credit. I'm going to write here add a section. So this section I'm going to add, call it the extra credit section, and I will delete this one now, we don't need it. And I will assign 0 points for the extra credit. 0 points means if you miss it, you are not going to lose anything. And when I go to responses, I will edit this question. So by default, it's a 0 because it's a bonus. So nobody will lose any point. But if you get it correct, I can edit to every responder. So that person, he got it correct, I will give him 2 points. You may have another student here that got it wrong. You may not give him anything. You may have a third student got partially correct. You may put instead of 2 points, you may put 1 point. So this is how we edit it manually. And the last one here, individual. This can open for you each one individually to analyze. Let's take another response to make more sense. So I will do it again very quickly. Let's say this one, that one. I will watch the video, press next. I pick here the correct answer. Yes, this time I enjoyed it. Submit. Okay, view score again. Oh, I got 5 out of 5 correct, but what about the bonus? Okay, I'm waiting for my teacher to put the extra credit for me. So you as the teacher, this as a student, I'm closing it. Back again to as a teacher, you're going to check responses. This time you have 2 people did it. This first one got 3 out of 5, second one got 5 out of 5. But hey, you have extra credit questions. So let's go to questions. This was the extra credit. You can see that person got it right, he got 1 point, and that person got it right as well. So let's give him his point. Press save. Don't forget to press save. If you go to the summary, you're going to see that the second student got 6 out of 5 because of the bonus. He got everything correct. You can press release scores where you can send the scores to them, send emails and release. They are going to find it in their emails. Be sure that you send only that student his scores, not everyone's score. So release scores, I may, let's say, oh, they are not going to get everything. They are only going to get their own scores. Sorry for that. Cancel. Okay. And I think that is it. Let me know in the comments if anything else you would like me to explain. Thank you very much and have a good day.